Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Alright, so this message is going to be about history. And as always, if you see me on this screen, which is a little bit more this quality, a little bit different, it's because my phone is still uploading stuff. Alright, so this is the thing. I talk about history, right? And I be like, yo, don't be focusing on history and this and that. That's true. However, when you start focusing on yourself, you will go into the history bank, okay? You will go into the archives. You will go into your past lives, okay? You will go into memory lane. So this is the thing. When I say don't focus so much on history, I'm saying as a broad spectrum. Like, I understand there are people that love the dynamics of how history operate, this and that. I get it. However, when we focus so much on history, you're stuck there. You're only just televising stuff that everybody already have within them. That's it. You understand? You're kind of wasting your life. The beauty about learning about history is about changing the future. So if you're going to focus about history, then you should be actually making changes in the future instead of just keep talking about the same old topics over and over and over again about slavery and wars and the blacks and white and all the other religions and all that. All you're doing is on repeat. Okay, that's what we have books for. That's what we have the internet for. That's what we have people for. Whenever you need to know something. However, walk on. Keep pushing. Okay. All the history that you know, how is it making you a better person? Because this is the thing, y'all. There's a lot of people that focus on history topics and they on demon time. Okay? You ain't moved. You got anger in your system. So a lot of people that's so prone to history, you haven't forgave that history. You haven't forgave the people in history. So you're on demon time. Okay? That's not good for you. You're on demon time. And when you're on demon time, all you doing is talking about topics that pisses you off. Okay? I understand we can be frustrated and we want change. However, you're one-sided. So I'm going to use somebody, for example, because it's coming into me. And I always focus on my own race first. As I told y'all before, there's other people in other races that's doing the same thing for theirs. Okay? But this goes for everyone in the world. So Mr. Doctor, what you call yourself? You call yourself a doctor or something. Let me pull you up, because I don't want to screw up people's names. Dr. Umar. This nigga. That one right there. Okay? That one. So, yes, I applaud you that you know about history. However, you promoting segregation at the same time. When you sitting back talking about our black sisters and this and that, and then you talking about these snow bunnies and this and that. Listen. We can all mix and twine together. It's just about whenever you decide to step out of your race, make sure y'all understand each other. Okay? That's it. Because when a white person is in a black person's shoes, they need to understand those shoes are very heavy and it comes with a lot of weight. Okay? No different than when a black person steps in white person's shoes. Those shoes are heavy. They come with a lot of weight. You need to make sure that you can handle those situations, because in time, if you don't understand the culture of both sides, all right, and be able to come in alignment, it is a hard task. Okay? It's a hard task to swallow. It's no different than men and women. Okay, pretend men as one race and women as another race. You really can't. It's like this. We all have different body organs, different body things, but at the same time, we both have the same DNA chromosomes. Both have men and women chromosomes. Okay, so allow you understand those qualities or those genetics, then you can operate. I'm not sitting here saying that all blacks should be with blacks, all whites should be with whites and all of that. No. everybody can mix together, because you already accord like a mixture already. Okay, just because my outside look like this, I'm a bunch of different things. Okay, does that make me any better than anyone? Okay, in a way, yeah. And because of the spiritual situation, but when I look at me as a reality, does that make me better than anyone? No. Okay, because a gift, a sign, a color, a religion, a context, a verb, a gender, a code, at the end of the day, has to be able to handle everything else. Okay, so like Dr. Umar, you promote a lot of segregation. I understand you're trying to bring your black people together, but you kind of hypocrite at the same time. Okay, you kind of hypocrite at the same time, because even though you pro-black, when nobody around, you disrespect your blacks. Okay, let's call it out. You te quieres sacar a cadera que se quiere que se cura cara se recupera que se quiera que se recuperar. See, you be calling blacks stupid niggas and all of this stuff when nobody ain't looking. Okay, sometimes you say it out loud, but at the same time, there's a lot of lies that you have hidden. Okay, you like your little snow bunnies on the side. That you don't want people to know it though. You notice one thing about people: the thing they hate the most is the thing they love the most. Yep, he feel like that he would be a disgrace if he'll go out there and date a white woman because he promoted that stuff. But technically, he been wanting to dabble in the and he been wanting a little bit of vanilla in his coffee. And that's okay. And see, that's the problem in the world. When we promote something for so long and then we get tired of what we already been promoting, then we look like a hypocrite if we decide to change it up. And see, that's the problem in the world. We get too caught up into being one way for so long, you get bored. And you're like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Right now my energy is focused on you. Just say it, man. I'm tired of these women, these black women, man. It's the same dumb mess. It's the same stupid mess. I am sick of it. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call what you say. I'm sick of it. I've been promoting nothing but positivity to the black sisters. I'm gonna talk like I've been promoting this energy to my sisters, but then they don't want to understand it. They going out here pretending to be white, and they pretending to be this and pretending that, and I'm a brother, and they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. They don't even want to mess with me. And all I do is promote nothing but positivity to my sisters out here. But I get more love from these white women, these snow bunnies, than I get from my sisters. And then I'll be wrong if I go out here and mess with one of these white snow bunnies and not there and knowing what I've been saying about our sisters the whole time. Go get you some vanilla in your coffee and walk away. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It is what it is. Go. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Just who knows? A white woman could be what you really want. That could be what you really. But I get it. You feel like it's the master with the slave. I get it. That's what you've been promoting. But listen, love doesn't have a color to it. Okay, I don't care if they Japanese. I don't care if they Korean. I don't care. Love does not have a color to it. Okay, Dad, it is white. Love doesn't have a color. It's invisible. It's an invisible thing. It's like a rainbow. It could be anything. Okay, let's look at it as a rainbow. It's a rainbow. It's multiple colors. You don't have to just stop at one. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying for any, and this goes for all people in the world. I'm not sitting here saying that you can't, I'm not sitting here promoting go try every flavor at the ice cream shop because it's sweet. But I'm just saying, even if you do all of that, just remember all that sugar will make you diabetic. You don't want that. You don't want to lose nothing. Okay, so just be mindful. All right, this still pertains to my message. All right. So when it comes to our history and our lives and stuff, a lot of times we go back in history and we're like, Like when it comes to religion, oh, I'm a Muslim and I'm a Christian and we can't be together. Love is love. Okay, y'all put so much of all of these titles and all of these things that y'all miss on opportunities because you're forgetting that love is the conqueror of all things. No different than with music and stuff like that. So that's really what my point was get to. So Dr. Umar, I'm not trying to attack you or anything or anyone else that's like you, but there's a lot of people that's in this activist mode of our black people where y'all really want to do things or y'all doing things undercover and you're not being happy. You're not living a happy life. And if people gonna judge you, let them judge you. You have to make changes in your life to make you happy without stealing, killing, and destroying. We all change. Ain't no different than me. I went from not cursing to now you hear me cursing every goddamn second. We all make changes. Along our heart is in the right place. And yes, you have dedicated your life to the history of our people, but our people are pushing forward. You need to move forward as well. That goes for anyone else. Move forward. Now we know what the past holds and we see it's a lie. So that proves another point. Then I'm gonna get to that. So that means all that time you studied, all that information and everything you studied was a lie. I'm gonna say like 90% of the stuff you've been promoting is a lie. Now what you gonna do with your life? You can't promote that stuff anymore because it's false. Okay, a lot of that stuff is false. So what you gonna do with your life now? Go live it. Go out here. I'm not saying to throw away your degrees and all of that. I ain't saying that because you did the work to get to that point. Now, what you gonna do with the remainder of your life? What you gonna do with the rest of your life? How you gonna operate with the rest of your life? You use majority of your life focusing on black people. Now, focus on you. That goes for any person that's in a thing. And just let you know, if you hear noise, it's my son. He's awake. But go live life. Go out here and do the opposite of what you normally do. Do the opposite. Try something different and see if you like. If you don't, then you know what you can go back to. Do something different. It's time to change it, okay? I think this is something that was in your heart, and this was something that you've been questioning in your heart, and it's time to let it go and move forward. You're about to cry. Yep, you're about to cry, and I'm not ready. I don't feel like crying today. Okay, so this is your confirmation. It's time to let that go. You did amazing for what you done, and I know you tried your hardest to do what you needed to do for your people. Okay, and I know that you did a lot of work, a lot of research, and a lot of time and effort. But it's time for you to live your life. Okay, it's time for you to go out here and live your life and get to find who you are. You know who everybody else is. Who are you? Okay. All right. So, and that goes for anyone else that's in that lineup. Okay, there's a lot of people that's in that lineup. Okay, another one popping up. Amanda Seals. I think it's Seals. I screw your name up one day and call you Bynum when I was trying to talk about that other lady. Okay, it's a lot going on. Amanda, cause you played on My Brother and Me. See, I remember you. Do you know you and Don Lemon look like y'all could be twins? I had to say it. Y'all act just like, no offense. God, dog. Y'all annoying. But we need that sometimes. And I'm not trying to disrespect you. But yeah, child. Take a couple seats too. Alright? You're one of those activists too. Oh my God. You're an activist too. And I get it. I got it. But you turn your energy into anger. You're not doing it. Baby. Yeah, it's done. Let it go. Just like I'm telling them, let it go. Okay. He was drinking on a juice box and he making noises. But yeah, so this is what happens. When you're so stuck into trying to promote the history, you become angry. And that's what happened. So you became that mad black woman. Yeah. and you starting to promote lies because you're trying to search and find something, and you let it go, let it go, child, let it go, because you stretching, and it ain't working. You about to pop something, okay? Yeah, get out of that life, because even your surroundings, Dad, this is not where I want to go, but my energy's directing me. If you even pay attention to where you be doing your videos at, you got all these books, right? Surrounded by all these books, all of this stuff, and it's cluttered. And don't get me wrong, if you see my room right now, you be like, what the heck? It ain't cluttered, but it ain't perfect either. And I get it, but I do things for a reason for me, because I'm a perfectionist. Okay, at heart, I am a perfectionist. I have to create chaos around me a little bit, not mentally, but physically, with items to keep my mind from, to where everything can't be perfect. Okay, and understand that. So I do certain things to help keep me from looking for everything to be this perfect thing. Okay, that's how I handle myself. It's a psychological thing I do for me. Okay, and it's been working. All right, back to you. I'm sorry. You have all of these books, just like everyone else in the world. A lot of people in the world, they got like a library of books, right? You got all of these books and don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. How do y'all feel knowing that everything y'all been talking about is a lie? And you wait, look at how many years of knowledge you put in your head, and you don't know nothing about yourself, but you know about everybody else. Well, you got all this knowledge, all of these books, and the one book you never read a day in your life is you. Why you scared to learn about yourself? You have so much trauma in your mental life that you don't you use history, you use what other people are going through in their lives as a way to get out of your own. You've been through some stuff, child. And you know how that Hollywood life is. That's the stuff you're supposed to be talking about. That was your true calling. See, you came into this industry as a child, and the stuff you went through a lot, and it's a lot that you have not told anybody about. Okay. And that's the history you're supposed to have been promoting. Not promoting, but televising. It's time to uncover the wounds within yourself. It's time to stop focusing and putting the light on everybody else and put the light back on yourself. That's why now when you talk, you here and there. You scattered brain. You scattered. You're everywhere. You're scattered. Your head is everywhere, and you don't know if you're coming or going. But what gives you energy is talking about someone else. That's it. Talking about someone else is what gives you energy, because you don't want to read your book. And I get it, because you see how all of these people in the world are, and you see how a lot of people been getting hurt and this and that, and you were scared that something was going to happen to your life, and you were scared that if you say something, these people can come at you and this and that. I saw an interview with you and hold on, let me check some. Was it her fault? Okay. I'm not gonna focus on that right now. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna come get her in a little while. I'm gonna just say it like this. You're a black woman. I think you're mixed. You're mixed. You're trying to prove that you're black. You're trying to prove to the world, I'm black, but not mistaken, you're a mix. You're a mix. Don't get me wrong, because my energy, I don't chime into all of y'all like that. You're American, we got that much. Like, you got something else in you, child. But anywho, it's like this. It's like you're trying to prove that you're black so hard that you're not being yourself. You're trying to prove that you're this proper person. You're trying to prove that you are this. It's like the energy I get off of you is like you black white. And I know that sounds weird. Like, how can a person be black white? They black, but they want to be white. You black white. You prefer to be white. You prefer to be white, but you trying to prove to your people that you black, and that's why you so heavy on all of this black stuff and all of these different things, because you need to prove like, no, but I do love myself, I do love me, I do love my color, I am black, I'm this. But if you notice, every character you technically play, you play like a white child. And my brother and me, you play like a little white child. In Insecure, you play like a white woman. Dad, what else you played in? What else? I'm pulling up your thing. Yeah. Oh, you was in Cop and a Half. Oh, yeah. I do remember you on that. Yeah. So every character you play, you are the white child. And you ain't really do nothing. You really don't have a catalog like that. Anywho. Yeah, you always played as a white child. And that's the thing. It's like, yo, just because you're black, there's no such thing as like, I know I call about whites, blacks, all the other stuff, but that's what our world shows. However, just be your authentic self. Like, you don't need to prove you black. We can see your color. Ain't no different than a person be like, hey, you know how females get, don't ask me about my weight. So you look at a person and you be like, yo, how much you weigh? Don't ask me. We can see you $150. We can tell you over 300 pounds. Why you gonna lie for it? It's one of those things. You understand? I'm sorry. But it's the truth. You looking at a person, you can tell that they over 300 pounds, but they be like, I don't want. You never ask a woman about their weight. You understand? It's one of those type things. So my thing is just be your authentic self. And if no one loves you or no one like you, then F them. I said right there. So, okay? No, too early for that. You can do these though. Give me a second. Yeah, you can do those. And I'm going to cook breakfast for you in a little bit. But yeah, so if people don't like who you are, your authentic self, then, that's why you keep going through the stuff you're going through in your life. So just be yourself, okay? You ain't got to sit back and try so hard to prove all black culture, all black this and all black that. That ain't, you really don't care about it. Like, you do, but that ain't your passion. It ain't your passion. People can tell who you really are. It's like, folks be around you long enough, they can see it seeping through. It's like a bad smell. It's like, we can smell that. We can tell, okay? So, I ain't gonna have to call y'all, or to bring y'all names up, but be the white girl you want to be. That's all I gotta say. And if people don't like it, so be it. It ain't no different than when I said something about Candace Owens. And I was very proud of her that she still stood tall, because I know she know who I am. She already know about me, but she stand tall in her authenticity, and she had the opportunity of throwing hate, and she stayed positive. So be yourselves. That goes for all y'all. Be yourselves. Be who you truly feel in your heart, in your spirit. Be who you truly was within you, because once you become who you're supposed to be, then you are in the right archives, in the right history. Okay, let me hurry up and get into what I need to get into. And that goes for everyone in the world. Okay. Alright, so, and this is not no mind game, and I'm gonna tell you, I have to call you out, my white people, my young ones. Alright, because the older ones, if your kids see this, I'm gonna tell you, don't go out here and try to be like, oh, I'm black and I'm doing to be on some arrogant, cocky stuff, because I would pimp slap your behinds in the spirit world. I'm gonna tell you that right now. In the spirit world, let me catch you out here trying to be funny about it. However, if I understand, if you feel like you more connected, connect. But if you go out here in this world and then you try to sit back and be funny about it, I promise you, I will pimp slap your behind in the spiritual world. And I'm gonna play a theme song with it. Okay? Try me and see what happens. That's where we at. I'm not playing. So be who you supposed to be, but don't go out here and mock people to think that you being funny, because I ain't playing. I will pimp slap your behind in the spiritual world. And then when you be on your little skateboard riding and you fall, don't get mad at me, get mad at yourself. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, music. Okay, that's the real reason why all of this. So this gonna be short. When it comes to the music world, alright, and all history, we need to keep everything, even the falsified history that was about me. We keeping it all, everything, because that's still part of your timeline. They're still getting to know who you are and what parts you played in any parts in the history. Also, future wise, it helps bring us back to those moments. So that's like music. When it comes to the music, we keeping all archive music from the original people. We keeping it. The only reason why, I looked it up. The only reason why like Universal and Sony wants to throw out the archive and throw out this stuff is because when they first stole the music from these people, they got their money up front. They didn't bank on other artists. What they did, they kind of banked on other artists using the money, but at the same time, not using the money, but using songs and stuff. But what's going on is this. Let me explain it. Like Little Richie. When Little Richie was out here and he was doing music, right? These companies had get royalties off of it, right? However, they was also promoting other people to steal from them. So like King, what's that dude name? Hound Dog, what is it? Jailbird, Rock, Elvis stole from Little Richie. Okay, Elvis stole music from Little Richie. So they knew. That's the only reason why they trying to have these lawsuits, because they trying to protect the people that they stole the music from. These lawsuits are not to help the original people, it's to help the people that they took money from, that they stole from. So like Universal, Sony, I know their companies wasn't fully out like that back then, but they all brotherhoods, they all connected, and I think some of them probably was. However, so say for example, if Little Richie created a song, right, and we will use Sony and Universal. So say for example, Little Richie could create a song. Sony Universal could be like, alright, I'm just using the two names I said. Elvis, this is the song we want you to sing. Even though Little Richie have got money off, has promoted, they don't put that music out there. Can you turn it down please, baby? They get money off of Little Richie, but they only get this much. But they get that much off of Elvis, right? So what they're trying to do is this. They trying to throw this archive away so they could continue getting this archive, which is Elvis. And they trying to make sure that the original people don't get any more royalties, so that anytime you tap off those songs, they can get money off of it. So that's why they want to throw the archives away, because the archives prove that Elvis wasn't the original creator of Little Rich other song. That's the best way I can explain it. Okay, so that's why they having these lawsuits, because they don't want you to know who the original creators. If you find out who the original creators are, then it proves they stole the music from them. That's why these lawsuits out. When it comes to the internet, See, the internet has all that, because guess what? How many of y'all post pictures of your lives and post pictures of old albums and old records and stuff like that? They don't want that information in the system, because now there is a trail. There is a musical trail or a news trail that can prove that these people stole this music. They don't want to have to pay that money back, but guess what? You will pay that money back. Either with the reality, you're gonna pay it back through the reality, and your behind getting towed up in the spiritual. So you're gonna get that double dose, just like you took a double dose. So that's what's about to happen. So any archives in history, in time, we are keeping it all. Ain't no more throwing it away. It ain't no more taking away all of that. Okay? And just to let you know, even if y'all tried, do you know I can go back into history and make you forget what you was doing? Yeah. I can go back in history and move stuff and put stuff and make copies of my own and put it somewhere else and still not mess up the timeline. Y'all know that? Yeah, I know that. I can do that. And that's another thing. In the spiritual world, no one with spiritual abilities, okay, would ever be able to go back in history without my or your permission. I'm throwing it out there too. No one. The only way you can go back in history to go and now you can physically see, but you can't go and alter it. You can't change nothing. You can't become somebody or whatever. In a minute, baby. And you cannot do that without my permission, okay, or our permission. All right. So if I see that you going back in history, I don't care if you're an earth angel, you will automatically lose your abilities like that, and you will never get them back. Okay, your wings will be cut. I ain't playing. Your wings will be cut. You will never be an angel ever again, and you can't do nothing about it. That's where we at. So archives, all of that information we're keeping. I don't care if you was the dummy that did this dumb system. You had an opportunity to come in through this world to do right. You didn't. So guess what? Your dumbness is going to be televised still. It's going to be still in the archive. Yep. Every time you're behind come back and you figure out who you are, you're going to see how a jackbooting you really are. Okay? So that's why we're not going to do it. I don't care if it was good or bad. Excuse me. We need this information because each point in our lives determine is what can help us to know who we are, what we are, and all of those things. So again, history, thank y'all for the ones that learned everything and got 1 billion books. But if you don't know this book, you just wasted all your time. Okay, it's time to focus on that, because everyone else, this is how it goes. If a person really want to know about history, they need to go within and they'll know it that way. That's how it goes. Because we cannot move forward if we keep being stuck in the past. Because every time you get stuck in the past, guess what? You fall down a rabbit hole. And when you fall down that rabbit hole, you learn more information, you learn this and that, and then before you know it, you're stuck in time. And then you wonder why you can't mentally be able to communicate with other people in the current time, because your mental stuck. So if all you talk about slavery and then this one talking about technology, and you wonder why we can't communicate, because this one is advanced while you in the past. That's why you're like this. And then when y'all talk, you feel like it's like bad energy, because no one understands you and you don't understand them. So in order for us to be able to understand our history and our technology, we need to stay in our lane. Once you stay in your lane, you will understand. You will know what you need to know. You will televise what you need to know. Now, I know y'all saying, well, what about in school? What about school? Well, guess what? I'm going to ask y'all a question. What have history books, learning about history, help you in your future? Hearing about Christopher Columbus stealing, pretending that he found land when the land was already there before he was born, did that help you to become that doctor? Did it help you become that teacher? Did it help you become that janitor? Did it help you become that grocery store worker? hearing about slaves getting their behinds tore up, did that help you become that therapist? Did that help you become? It don't help you. Okay, yeah, you know about it, but at the same time, how did that help advance you personally? Now, if you want to sit back and say, all right, we have the diseases out in the world and we need to clear those things, you got to find yourself with all of that to know how to figure out the antidote to that. If you want to know about wars, okay, you know that when people have wars, people get killed. All right, so how you going to televise that out here? What you going to do? It's like everything y'all learned in history, y'all promoted it in the future. That's why companies, when y'all go to work, y'all work all these hours and only get a week of vacation. And then even on that, sometimes y'all still gotta get called into work. Slaves. When you go out here and talk about wars, all right, you just took all of that. Now you got all these guns out here and then people going out here shooting everybody. A war. Okay. Do I need to say more? Racism. You go about with racism, but now all of y'all out here having gender issues. It sounded like y'all promoted the history and you took the history and brought it to the future. That's what it sounded like to me. Y'all didn't take the strength of the issues. Y'all didn't take how we overcame the issues. Y'all only focus on all the bad of the history of the issues. When it comes to music, and we have this music out here, okay, y'all getting these beats and y'all getting this stuff, but are y'all even giving the people the originals the credits? No, y'all don't even tag them into your music and saying thank you for the Little Richie or thank you to these different artists. Y'all don't even do it. Whenever y'all utilize these people in music, y'all don't even say thank you to this person. Y'all don't even add them. Do y'all realize that whenever y'all, yeah, you on this board as well, but at the same time we're the creators, so we can't, I ain't gonna come at you with it, but I gotta put it all out here. Do you know that whenever y'all put a song up, right, and y'all got features, you say, okay, I'm featuring this person, right, but you using somebody else's music, y'all don't even tag them into the features. Y'all know that? Y'all don't. Y'all don't even acknowledge them. Y'all know that? Y'all don't even acknowledge them. Y'all don't add their name and say, okay, I got this beat from this person, right? And this beat is part of this, is what helped me to get this song, right? Y'all don't add them to it. If they already gave you approval and you already paid them for that part, the least you could do is say, thank you. I don't care if it's multiple artists. You went into the archives. If there was no archives, guess what? There will be no you. Why y'all can't do that? Why y'all can't add them into it? Okay, I'm going to use Jay as an example. Again, because of who we are, I'm going to say this. Chaka Khan, I thank you for everything you've done. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Yes. Because it's no different than I'm Every Woman. You was the original one that created that song. Whitney Houston got more credit off the song than you did. Yes, child. I'ma tell it. Yes. She got more credit off of the song and you was the original. From my understanding, yeah, you was the original person that created that song. Okay? Right? So I'm giving you flowers. Alright? I know they're not physically here, but they're spiritually here. And just pretend your whole room is filled with flowers. Whatever color is your favorite color, that's what you got. Okay? So, whenever, I know when it came to when Ye did a song, you felt some type of way of how he created it. But you gave him the authority to do it. But you felt some type of way of how he created it. But guess what? That's what helped me out. Alright? No, water right there. So this is a thing. Even though he never verbally said it, but he tagged pictures of you and stuff like that into his music. So I'm going with him, but this is just for everyone. Whenever music is done, right? And I think he did. Not right now, babe. I'm my son, Okay. So whenever the song is showing, it will should show, okay, Through the Wire. All right. It should have said Kanye West featuring Chaka Khan. Even though you already got your money up front and all of that, your song was tagged into it. So it should have said Kanye West featuring Chaka Khan, Through the Wire. That's how it should have been. Okay? That's an example how everyone should do it. Even if that person got their royalties, they got their money, they got all of that or whatever, we need to pay homage. Homage. You know what I'm trying to say. We need to give credit when credit is due. So from now on, with artists in the world, if you utilize someone's music, I don't care if you already paid them up front. As long as you got that, y'all contracts, as long as you got the contract that proving that they already got theirs or whatever, please tag whoever you beats or instrument or whoever you tag. I don't care if it's multiple. Your name featuring this person. Okay? That's how we need to do it. Because guess what? That's what keep them alive. A lot of times people don't know who with this younger crowd, they think that the music that person created it by themselves. They don't know. This is how we can keep the archives going without going into the past. Okay? Now they ain't got to go search because it's there. Now when they go look it up, they going to be like, Chaka Khan. Okay. Let me go look that up. What you doing? Close the door. What are you doing?
Using the bathroom.
She's in the bathroom. Just wait a minute. So yeah, so that's a way how we don't have to keep going into the past, but we have the past with us in the present moment. Then those people don't feel like, wow, how is it that my music, they loving my music, that's mine, because that's how we all think. That's my music. How they get a more congratulations, this and that, if it wouldn't. How is it that we can, how can I say it? How is it that he get more acknowledgement and stuff, but if it wasn't for me, this person wouldn't have that? Because sometimes people don't get their flowers when it's their time, right? And then somebody come in, utilize their work, and then they like, ain't that something? I put my heart, my soul, my energy into this, and yeah, I got notoriety. But this one getting more credit off of my work, and I'm not even being acknowledged for it. Okay? He does acknowledge you, by the way. He has acknowledged you in a lot of different ways, okay? However, it may not be the way you thought it would be, but you get credit, okay? But this is how a lot of these artists feel, especially the older ones, and there's like 50s and up. Man, a lot of them feel like they getting lost in time. It's like that, like, internet wasn't big like that and stuff, and it's like only select people got to know about them. Now it's like, dang, these new artists, they using our stuff, and the world get to know who they are, and they getting all this energy off of our stuff, and we're not getting known. This is how you can do it. Okay, let the lineage continue to grow, because guess what? If you can pay respect to them, then when you become the archive, someone can pay respect to you. On that note, you have a blessed day.